Well, g'day, Max here again, welcome back to the shop. So today we're going to complete all the machining operations on the chamfering block. So we're going to make the base plate assembly today, and we'll make that out of a piece of 1-inch plate, and this will allow us to bolt it down to our tool and cutter grinder, and also later on when I get a surface grinder we can use it on the mag chuck on that. So we'll head over to the Bridgeport and we'll start chomping out this piece of plate. Okay, this is our gangly old bit of scrap material we're going to make our base out of. So it's just a matter of squaring up, machine up all the edges and both faces, some mounting holes for the chamfer block and some mounting slots that we'll pick up on our T-slot on our tool and cutter grinder. Okay, we're aiming for approximately 5 inches wide, so I'll just get a size and see how we're travelling. So we've got 5.075, 85, 5.088, and the other end. .087.5 or a quarter. So we're 0.87 1/4. So within 3/4 of a thou from one end to the other, and I think that's pretty damn good for this machine, considering the amount of table overhang down this end here. So she's holding pretty good size, the old Bridgeport. Half a thou up on size, which is fine. Three-quarters of a thou up, oversize that end. Yeah, about half a thou up, oversize that end. So it's 1/4 of a thou, that's pretty good, I'm very happy with that. So we'll just tidy up the ends next, and then we'll face both sides. Okay, we've just taken a facing cut across our plate with our large face mill. Now it would have been nice to be able to do this in one hit with one cutter. It's I'm unable, I don't have a tool to put in my boring head to act as a fly cutter and do this in one hit. Now my head is trammed absolutely spot on. It's within a tenth. And that's trammed off the rails on the vise. But this little step we're getting here, I'm not happy with that. I'd like to get that out. So if we check with our depth mic, we come off the step, we're getting just under a thou difference. And both ends are the same, near enough to the same. So what I'm going to do to compensate for this is just move the head of the mill, just bring it back a touch. So I'll put an indicator on it. We'll just move it about a thou, and hopefully we should be able to reduce this to nothing. So we'll pop this cutter out, we'll put our indicator in. Help if I grab the right drill chuck. That Morse taper drill won't quite cut it in an R8 spindle. Find out. So we use our indicator attachment that we made some time ago. So we want to set this up on the approximate diameter that the cutter we were using is running at. That's pretty close there. Just loosening off the lock nuts for the nod of the head. We'll just change the adjustment till we pick up 1 thou. 1 thou the other way. Just go a smidgen more. Okay, we've got a thou difference now from side to side, which is equal to our step we're getting. So we'll pop the cutter back in and take a trial cut. Okay, so after that adjustment we've come out very well. There's absolutely nothing in that I can feel. Nothing in it. So, good result. So we'll flip her over and do the other side. We're at the tool and cutter grinder. So we have our new base plate. So what we've just been adjusting the positions as to get the grinding block in the best position on the base plate. So we're in about the approximate location now. So what we're going to do then is drill our clearance holes in the base plate to marry up with the tapped holes in our grinding block. And then what we will do is we'll cut a couple of slots in the end to pick up from the T-slot here, and we'll put a couple of locating keys in as well, so when we go to use the thing we can just plonk it down and it will locate on the T-slots on the grinding machine table. Got good clearance in the wheel. So I think we're onto a good thing here. So as not to subject you all to my old-fashioned layout techniques as we did in the other video, I just did this one quickly off camera. So we've got our 4-hole locations to mount the chamfering block, and our locations here marked out to take the T-slot bolts, and we'll just carry a shallow slot through just for a couple of inches on either end, and that's where we're going to screw in some locating keys. So when we plonk this on the grinder bed, it goes in. We don't have to muck around locating it, just drops straight into position. So we'll get a cutter set up and we'll start on these slots. So we have our mounting bolt slot for the T-slot bolt, and a shallow slot where we'll put in our locating keys. Our mounting holes for the block. So we're going to do our counter bore with a slot drill. Fraction deeper. That'll be good. And a little countersink. That's it, beautiful. All of our holes are completed now, so I had a thought I might just relieve a portion out the centre of this plate. We'll just come down maybe 1 or 2 millimetres, and it just means it'll have less surface area bearing down on the grinder table, so it's only really touching on the ends where it clamps. So if this thing does, if there is any sort of warpage or anything like that, it's going to lessen the chance of it influencing the grinder table. Okay, that's good. So we'll deburr that, and it should be pretty close to being done on this part.